Well, hi. It's been a while, it feels like, but I've been busy working on the zine. Hope you're doing good. I'll just jump right into it. This one's probably going to be a little longer. So, I finally watched and paid attention to 1983's 2019 After the Fall of New York, directed by Sergio Martino. Now, I looked him up, and I have a lot of Sergio, well, actually, not a lot. He made a lot of movies. But I have a few Sergio Martino movies that I really like. Hands of Steel, A Man Called Blade. I don't know, The Fishman. I don't have it, but I've seen it a lot. American Rickshaw. Well, I don't have this one either, but it's really good. It's weird. And he's done like so many other movies too. It stars Mike Sopke and George Eastman. You know, a bunch of other people too that I don't recognize. But Mike Sopke was in. He was in Blast Fighter and Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, and I have those. And he's really good in Blast Fighter, and he's good in this. But in Blast Fighter, he's so serious and stern, nothing like he is in this. He's like a he's supposed to be like Mad Max or Snake Plissken, but he's not. And he unfortunately he's not anywhere near as cool as they are. He could be though, because he's awesome in Blast Fighter, and he looks cool. He looks cooler in Blast Fighter than he does here. And I hate his name in this. Parsifal. It's like a Squire Knight or something. I was like, give him a cool name, like Spike or Jake or just something. So this is just pretty much a ripoff of Escape from New York, mostly because he has to go to New York to save the last fertile woman and take her to outer space in a spaceship. And but it's also got a little Mad Max flavor because he wins a woman in a car battle where he actually like they mess his car up, but he just like literally jumps out of nowhere and kills the guys in the car. So he wins, and he wins a girl that he just lets go free. Like, and this movie's weird because like it's in the desert. It starts in the desert. I forgot, Nevada or Arizona, somewhere, and then he's gotta go all the way to New York. But he's driving away with the prize girl, and then you see like limbs and body parts, but they're cybernetic, so there's cyborgs in this, which they really don't get into too heavily. So then this like spaceship lands in front of him, and they say they need his help. So they take him, and this part's cool. Like they go to the Antarctic in the spaceship, and it's a cool model. See it land, and it actually looks like the moon almost, or like another planet. So they send Parsifal on this mission to get the last fertile lady. Why they pick him, I don't know. But they give him two friends to go with them. One has like a claw hand, or like like a claw hand, or like a claw. And the other guy is older guy, and he has an eye patch. I can't remember their names. So they go with him to New York to find the last fertile girl. And once they get there, when they get there, it was cool. There's like a blind black dude playing the trumpet. That added a nice little layer of atmosphere to it. And he's in the beginning too, the very beginning. So they get into New York. You know, it's dangerous. There's this like a government called the Urax, and then the Pan American Association, something like that. And they're fighting. They're killing. You know, they're killing all the undesirables in New York. Oh yeah, and there's also a part in the beginning. Keep jumping back and forth. And they also look like knights. And they ride horses, and they have these weird guns, and they just start killing everyone that's been like mutated, or like they're not mutated. They're just like have scars and burns and wounds all over them. So they're just killing all these people. So Parsifal and his two guys, you know, they gotta make their way through the Urax and the Pan American people. And I read a review. I wish I would have thought of this. in this movie, like all the survivors of the Holocaust, of nuclear fire, they're the ones that are actually helping Parsifal fight, survive against the government people. So it's, oh yeah, that is different. But it's just, yeah, this movie's just crazy. It's just like fight scene after fight scene, and then he meets oh yeah, there's a forgetting stuff. There's a part where they're running through like empty building, an abandoned building, and they see rats, or they see people coming, so they try to hide from them. They don't know who they are, and these people are like herding rats, and they're killing them. I think they really killed some. Like hit them with the stick, and they stab them. I think the stabbed ones are fake. I don't know. They could be real. So I guess they're eating the rats. But then one guy falls, he trips, and the rats just descend on him. It's not as cool. It doesn't look as cool as it sounds, but it's still pretty cool. And they eat him. So then, the rats are dangerous. And then they, Parsifal and his team, they do get caught. And like he challenges like one of them to a battle to let them go. And Parsifal is not really that good of like a hero. He gets beat up a lot in this, or he loses. And then like the old man with the eye patch actually does a lot of the fighting, and he's like really strong. He has this weapon that it's like a yo-yo. Well, it's not a yo-yo, it's like 3 balls, but it's like a yo-yo, the string, and he whips it around, hits people in the face, and he's really strong. And after a while I was all, why didn't they just send this guy to get the girl? Why did they need Parsifal or the other dude? The other dude does have a claw, but he's not as good a fighter as the eye patch guy. He does poke a dude's eye out with his claw though, and that was pretty graphic. But yeah, this movie has some, not a lot, little gore, and it's pretty decent. There's one part where they smash this dude's head, and it's real quick. You can tell it's a prosthetic head, dummy head, whatever, and they hit it and just, and it looked pretty sick. So that was cool. And then Parsifal meets like a little person who says he knows where the fertile girl is, so he takes him to her, and then they gotta escape. So I don't want to just give away the whole thing, but I really liked it. Like, I saw Mad Max, Escape from New York, and 1990 Bronx Warrior, and I can't remember the other one, like the sequel to 1990 Bronx Warrior. I really like those. The Bronx Warrior ones I like better than this, because I watched it when I was 8-9 years old. So they've stuck with me. If I would have seen this when I was like 7 or 8, this would be in there. But it's still really good. I still really like it. But this is the first time I've actually paid attention to it. I didn't know there were spaceships, and there's a George Eastman is in this, and he's like, I don't know how they some people have devolved into like ape-like people. There's even one. It's a full ape mask. They don't explain that. And there's just actually a little more to this. Whoa, what's going on? A little more to this post-apocalyptic ripoff. Like it's totally aping Escape from New York, but it does its own thing, and I liked it. I'll give it a. There's a little clunkiness about it. There's something to it. It's not like smooth. It's definitely not nowhere near as good as Mad Max or Escape from New York, but for an Italian post-apocalyptic action movie, it's pretty good. And the ending was kind of like, I was like, wow, that's so weird. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but I just didn't expect like the way it ends, the way it ended. And so I'll give it a 3.5. It's just, there's something that maybe I watch it again, because there's some movies I watch that there's some movies that I would put on in the background while I'm reading or writing or writing a letter or something like that I like, and then I pay attention to them, and I kind of don't like them anymore. But I would like to watch 2019 After the Fall of New York again. I only have a VH, like VHS dub of it. I would like to get a DVD or Blu-ray, I guess, someday. If you like the post-apocalyptic Italian movies, definitely see it if you haven't seen it. Other than that, what else? I know there was something else I wanted to say about it, but yeah, they would all be spoilers. So I would say, yeah, give it a watch. I'm reading a really good book right now, The Troop. I'll review that when I'm done. It's pretty thick though. It's like 440 pages, but I'm already halfway through it. So yeah, after the fall of New York, 2019, give it a shot.